Hello everybody, thank you for watching CNXG. My name is David. This is part 2 of my question and answer video. You guys have any questions, go down below in the comment section, ask me and I'll answer them next Monday. This video comes out every single Monday, okay? Any questions you guys have on any videos, anytime, go here and ask me, okay? Best way to get it answered. So let's get started with part 2. Ole from Denmark. Hello, Ole. Are narcissists aware of their own lies? Well, that's kind of a general, I'm taking that as a general question, and generally, you know, it's very hard to answer still. Yes, they're aware that they're lying. All the time? Not really. I mean, I think there's sometimes they aren't aware they're lying. I think that's a safe way for me to answer that. And I'm going to stick with it. You know, these people have such delusional thinking, right? They have such high expectations of what they want, what they need. You know, they have such poor cognition and insight on their own behavior, awareness. But they know they're lying most of the time, you know. They know they're screwing with you. It just becomes so pathological, they don't think twice about it. It's so natural, you know. Hope that makes sense. I'm sorry I can't answer that more. I would never say they're totally aware of all their own lies. Grant from Australia. Hello, Grant. Why do some narcissists and borderlines thrive after a breakup? Is it usually because they're talking to someone else before they plan to leave us? I think that would be one very good reason why they would be happy to break up with you, is because they know where they're going. Somewhere better, where the grass is greener, until that grass dies and then they come back. But, you know, also, these people, some of these are sadistic people. They love to watch people in pain and the pain that they caused. That's why they like to turn around and look at what they did to you. They enjoy that. Some people enjoy that. I'm not saying all borderlines or all narcissists do. I don't know that. And I think some don't. I think there's some borderlines that don't want to hurt you, you know, but they just do. Thrive after a breakup? No one really thrives after a breakup. Trust me. Trust me. They might look like they're happy about it, but they're miserable people. Okay? This doesn't make them feel better. I think in the face of failure, it feels good to blame you. If that makes sense. Okay? Thank you. Thank you, Grant. And Grant from the United Kingdom. My ex has been messaging my friend saying that she would like to hang out with us at some point. Well, that's nice of her. I've been no contact for 7 months, and I'm not her friend on any social media. Oh, never mind. Is this a Hoover attempt? Completely. Come on. Yeah, totally. Sick. Massive insecurity. She believes you don't even like her, but you won't stop. But she won't stop. She can't stop. Can't stop trying. So she's going to try this way. It's sick. God, these people are so weird, aren't they? They're so weird. You know? Leave me alone. That means, what should I do now? How do I get in their life now? No. Leave me alone. I'm done with you. Well, I'm going to go talk to your family and your friends, and all of a sudden I'm going to be sitting across the dinner table from you one night. Like, fuck, man, scary. Scary. These people are just nasty, gross, stalkers, losers. Mark from Spain. Hello, Mark. Why does this happen so often? Man tells borderline chick her issues. She finally goes to therapy to look at her issues. She comes back believing she is perfect, and the man is the abuser. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that happens so often. But I do know that a lot of men go to jail for abuse when they didn't do it, or the women abuses him. But, you know, I don't know about this particular situation, Mark, so I can't comment on yours specifically because I don't know what's really going on with anything, with you or her, or with that. I don't know. But in this scenario, typically, you know, it's fairly easy to manipulate people, and she can go and manipulate her therapist. I guess. That's what it sounds like to me. She manipulates the therapist, and she goes in there, and she doesn't go in there talking about the issues. She goes in there and says, my man told me I need to come here because I have issues. Here's my issues that my man told me I have. And then the therapist, well, why did your man tell you that? Well, because we have such problems, he says it's all my fault. Okay, well, why does he say it's all your fault? Well, because I just do this a little bit, and he says that I've done this one time, but I haven't. He says that this is all my fault, but it's not just his fault. He always does this to me. He always does that to me. He hurts me. He does this. I mean, come on. That's how that happens, okay? It just doesn't work. Therapy doesn't work for them. And relationships don't work for them either, so that'll never work. Okay, Mark? She's not going to go get help and you guys are going to be fine. Not going to work like that. She needs to go get help on her own. She can't be in a relationship with you. You're going to suffer, suffer, suffer. Anna from Virginia. Hello, Anna. What are some milestones on the way to healing? Good question. I think when you start, some milestones right away is you don't miss your ex as much and you aren't thinking about them as much. And eventually you may even have some compassion for them. Not pity, not feel sorry for them, just human compassion, okay? And that's a good sign. Some things I've noticed big time. The biggest milestones, I think, for me, it was my reactions, my emotions were more calmer and stable. So I began enjoying my reactions to things and to people and realizing I'm in control, and it felt really good, and that's how I really knew I was healed. Besides some of the beginning ones, the nightmares stop. The nightmares start getting further apart. That was huge for me because that was nasty. The nightmares were horrible, and they continued for so long. So when those finally stopped, man, I was loving it. I've had a nightmare forever, years. So it's great. I mean, literally, I haven't had a nightmare in years. It's been wonderful. Those are some of, I think a lot of this is really our emotions out of whack, from neglect, from abuse, from trauma, and then we get into relationships where we experience the trauma again and the emotional abuse, and our emotions are just, they get the best of us, and they seem to control us. And once we start controlling our emotions, that's huge. That is absolute success. Hope that helps, Anna. Thank you for asking. Misty, Vegas. Why, after a year of being no contact, does my ex contact me to let me know he has erectile dysfunction? I would not know. Maybe he wants to test it out with you and get it back. Maybe, I'm serious. Maybe he thinks he needs to have sex with you to get it back. I don't know, Misty. I wouldn't know. Erectile dysfunction is something that is a common problem with people with personality disorders because they dealt with a lot of trauma in their childhood. And anytime you have any kind of sexual dysfunction, a lot of times it could be sexual molestation as a child. So maybe he was molested. But why is he contacting you and telling you? I don't know. Maybe he has nobody else to share this with. He trusts you. He loves you. He's sad. He wants to make it work again. Hope that helps, Missy. Sorry I can't offer more. Jordan III from Richmond, Virginia. Hello, Jordan. Which is more supply hungry, narcissist or borderline? It's not like that. It's more on the specific person. Imagine that they're both on a spectrum, right? They're both on a spectrum. Some absolutely cannot ever be by themselves and have to have tons of attention from more than two people at all times. And then some can actually isolate, be by themselves. Okay? Spectrum. Thank you. Sharon from Scotland. Hello, Sharon. 3 years into recovery and still have tough times. Through your interaction with other survivors, what's the average time of complete recovery? That is not measured. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't even tell you averages because there's just too many verities. There's too many outside things that affect this and inside. Sharon, I talk about some main points about getting rid of the people out of your life, only having people that support you in your life, totally changing your environment, working on all parts of your life, your health and your job and stuff like that. But the problem is you've reached your plateau, because this is what I'm telling you guys. I say this all the time. If you guys are just trying to feel better from this experience, you will. You will. You don't have to do much. You will, eventually. It might take you forever, a long time, but you will eventually feel better. You should feel better eventually over time. But eventually, if you aren't really working on aspects of your life and you're still drinking, just for instance, drinking, or you're still working all the time, or maybe you're still keeping one of those bad people in your life, just a little bit. You know, that stuff, I'm telling you, you don't do these things, you're going to reach that plateau. You're going to feel better, and then you're not going to feel totally like you used to again. The real thing is to not feel like you used to, but to feel even better than you ever have in your whole life. Okay, that's what I did. That's possible. You can do it, but it's work. I keep saying work, work, work. Find out what your emotional needs are and realize how they weren't met as a child. Realize how no one ever meets them in relationships you're with, and then realize how to meet your emotional needs yourself. If you realize one thing, that there is no good, bad, evil, wrong, happy, sad, none of that fucking matters. It's all that matters is how you feel about something. All that matters is how you feel. If you trust yourself, you can live by this. I do, because I don't want to hurt anybody, right? So I do whatever I want, and if it hurts somebody, that won't make me feel good, so I don't do it. I don't need a book of laws on how to live by. It's pretty simple, you know. I give myself what I need, and if it hurts somebody else, I don't do it. Find another way to do it. Okay? Narcissists don't. They don't care. If it hurts someone else, cool. Right on. You know? I can't give you a time. I can't do that. I can't place a time on that. You know what I mean? I could tell you, it took me 4 years of not knowing this stuff, of doing every single thing I could possibly imagine, and I just reached that plateau. Once I found out about this stuff, man, I started getting better and better and better. I started realizing little things I need to do to kind of fine-tune this. And I talk about these things in my CPTSD videos. CPTSD, guys, even if you don't think you have it, they should benefit you. Somehow, some way, you know. And I put them all on a playlist, Healing CPTSD. Okay, check them out. If you know, you're in a narcissist relationship, then you should check them out. But, you know, you're going to reach a plateau if you don't do the work. That's that plateau. And you're going to be like, man, I just want to feel like the person I used to be. Well, you don't want to be the person you used to be, because the person you used to be got you in all this kind of goddamn trouble, right? So the goal is to keep becoming the great person you were meant to be before this, right? So keep looking forward. You're going to do it, Sharon. If you watch my videos, it shows you how, okay? Get support. Get professional help. I help my clients with stuff like this all the time. And massive, fast progress, okay? Thanks. Sarah from Iceland. Hello, Sarah. My ex had problems functioning sexually and always said he wasn't in the mood. Did he do that on purpose? Well, if he had problems functioning sexually, I don't think he did that on purpose. Unless you're implying that he did do that on purpose just to not have, I mean, I don't know. But, you know, here again, these people are selfish, so they don't care about pleasing you or doing what you want. If they don't want to have sex, they're not going to have sex, you know? So, and that's actually not true. There are actually disordered people out there that really try hard to please you sexually because it means something to them here. But, you know, if you have a selfish person with sexual dysfunction and then he's always saying, I'm not in the mood and stuff, there's some sexual things going on with him. More than likely, he's been molested. That's always been my guess. Usually I'm right. And I wouldn't say any guy that has problems has been molested. When you're telling me that someone has a personality disorder and they're sexually dysfunctional, then that kind of tells me that they might have been sexually abused. Hope that helps. Scorpio Girl 8 from Romania. Hello. I've known the person I'm with is a narcissist for a year now. I want to tell him in hopes he will try to work it out and have a better relationship. Yeah. I know all of you are cringing right now going, oh God, no, what? Okay. You may know he's a narcissist for a year now. Educate yourself more on it though. Because it would have been good if you had also learned a year ago that he can't change. And don't tell him. Don't tell him. It won't help him. You have to realize if he's never going to change, which he can't change, okay? A narcissist won't change. They're going to be a narcissist, okay? So what happens is if you tell them what a narcissist is, now they know signs to look out for, things to be careful of, and things to not do, things not get caught doing, okay? But for any of you out there that think that you can change these people, that's your own grandiosity speaking, okay? We don't try and change people. They change themselves, okay? They work on themselves. We can be supportive, but we don't change anybody. And we don't wait for our abuser to go get help, okay? Get out of there fast. Don't tell them anything. Leave. Dwight from Detroit. Hello, Dwight. Mother of my child is a narcissist and was adopted. I've heard this is the overall reason she is a narcissist. Nope, not true. You're not a narcissist because you're adopted. What happens is this is a developmental thing. Okay, it starts at birth. There are some remnants of it from your parents. Okay, and that's called temperament. But this stuff is a developmental thing. Okay, you aren't born with it. We're all born like this. We're all born like narcissists because narcissists haven't developed empathy, remorse, things like this in their head, okay, in their brain. So we all don't have that. So you could say we're all narcissists when we're born. It doesn't matter who your parents are. The important part is this, and I say this in my CPTSD videos. The important part is the attention you receive from your caretakers, not your parents. Whoever your caretakers are, it could be your uncle, your aunt, your grandparents, doesn't matter. As long as they're your caretakers, they need to give you the appropriate attention, meet your emotional needs, so that you develop empathy and remorse. Okay? Hope that helps. Thank you, Dwight. Shar from Detroit. Sorry, Shar from the Big D. I've seen my ex stalking me twice now. Do you think that's it? If he's stalking you, that's not it. The problem with stalkers is obsession. They're obsessed with you. They're either obsessed with you in a positive way or obsessed with you in a negative way. They either can't have enough of you or they want you dead. Okay? So, if he's stalking you, he's obsessed and he has no life. Stalkers have no life of their own and they're obsessing on people. Is he done? No, Shar, he's not done. My advice is to take legal action. Okay? Document this stuff. Go see a lawyer. Just have it documented before you act, and a lawyer will tell you how to treat this. Give it time. Don't react right away. Don't do anything really bad right away. Give it some time to go away. Maybe he will. But stalkers usually don't. I'm sorry. They could go on for the rest of their life. Okay? Isabel, what are the meetup dates? Thank you for asking, Isabel. Kim Wilson TV is putting together a Mexico meetup down where she lives, down in Mexico. It's in September. Dates so far are 13th to the 20th. Okay? September 13th to the 20th, 2018, this year. She's having a meetup in Mexico. It's also, what is it? Mexico National Day or something like that. It's the biggest celebration in Mexico. It's going to be a blast. I'm going down there. I hope every one of you are going to be there because I want to shake your hand. I want to hug you. I want to say thank you. All right? I want to see smiles and see how much better you guys are feeling and doing, okay? So, Kim and I are going to do a video together on this to give you guys the rest of the information that you need. But start planning this stuff. It's for sure, okay? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, don't forget to give your locations when you ask me questions. And thank you again for 10,000 subscribers. Good job, everyone. Good job. Let's keep going, okay? I love you guys. Love yourself first. Put this stuff out. Share it. Give it out to people who need it. And I will see you next Monday. Bye-bye.